The next topic I'd like to discuss is the structure of your file system. You can get lost if you don't understand some basic fundamentals about the structure of Unix and Linux file systems. In this video, I'm going to show you the basic structure of these file systems so you can be more confident when navigating the command line interface. There are two directories that should be present when working in any Unix or Linux-based system. The first directory is going to be your home directory, and it's the easiest to find because whenever you open up a terminal, you will be in the home directory. So we're going to print the current working directory, and as you can see, we are in my superdomain home directory. One of the reasons understanding the file system is so important is because you have to understand the structure of your file system in order to pass file paths to your commands. Now, in order to traverse the file structure, we need to change directories from time to time. This is accomplished through the change directory command. Change directory command always needs a file path as an argument, so we can tell it which directory we want to change into. I can supply the user's directory in order to change to the user's directory. Another special variable we have for changing directories is going to be the ... variable. When we pass this to change directory, it is going to go up one level in the file structure. The ls command is how we list what's in that directory currently, so we can see all the users for this computer. Now, if you were on a larger computer that's shared like an enterprise level server, you would see lots of users here. And this separates permissions for each user. That way I can't jump into somebody's computer, change all their files while they're not looking. And we can get into permissions in a different video, but this is mainly why we have this abstraction. The second directory that is always going to be present is going to be the root directory. The root directory is symbolized by a /, and we can use the change directory command to enter the root directory. Now, one of the cardinal rules of working in the command line is do not go inside files that are present in the root directory and change the files without knowing what you're doing. You could do serious damage to the operating system, which would require a complete reboot of the system. So unless you know exactly what you're doing, it's advisable to never go into the root directory and make any changes. As you can see, the root directory had a special variable, the /. Our home directory also has a special variable. It is represented by the tilde. Also, the default behavior of the change directory command, if given no arguments, is to return back to the home directory. So we're back in my user directory, and I'm going to open up a directory that I've prepared just to give us an example of this file structure. If you really want to visually see the file structure that you're working with, there is a command called tree, and this will output the current file structure that is under your current working directory. In the current directory we're in, we have 3 files, file 1, file 2, file 3. Directory also has a subdirectory called next directory, and we can see the files that are within that. So now that we understand the file structure, we can better navigate the files that we need to access. And of course, using our change directory, we now know that there is a next directory that we can change into. We can also change back using our ... to test directory, go back up the tree. There's also a simple command that allows us to print the contents of a file to the command terminal. It's known as cat. So if we give file 1 as an argument to cat, it'll print the contents, which is the statement, this is file 1. But now that we understand the file paths, we can also look at files that are in our subdirectories. So I will say next file 1. We can also look inside that without leaving the current directory. We can do this the other direction with the ... variable. We're currently in next directory, but I can print the output of the file 1 that is in the directory above me. So as you can see, these commands are only powerful when we know the file structure and know where the files are so that we can manipulate them. Hopefully this gives you a better idea of what you're dealing with when you're dealing with Unix and Linux-based file systems, and post any questions if you have any. Thanks.